I want to share something in this video that I think is a sort of call to arms for all the guys that maybe have been going through something similar.
Amazing, uplifting, exceptional, changes your day, makes your day a better day.
Hi guys, this is Sam from Fluid Social. It's been a little while. I'm sorry I've been away, but there's been a lot going on, and I wanted to sort of give you guys at least an idea of what I've been doing and what's to come and what I've been thinking about. It's always interesting when you sort of change your focus or shift your focus away from something you've been doing for a very long time, which for me is the coaching, taking you guys out and actually teaching you everything in person in the daytime. As you guys who've watched the channel for a long time know, the question at the heart of this movement or this idea that I had was, if you see a woman that you like as a single man, do you or do you not want to be able to go up and talk to her? And in every case, the answer is yes. It's just such a fundamentally obvious truth that we all know to be true of ourselves, right? Even if you're in a relationship, if you weren't, or if you became single, or even being in the relationship, don't you want to know that as a man, you have the ability to go up and start a conversation with a woman that you like the look of? Isn't that even important to your relationship? That whatever woman you're with knows that you could, that you can, and that if you don't, it's because you're choosing to and not because you can't. It's such a fundamentally important thing. I mean, that is courtship. The man decides that he wants to meet with the woman, and if he likes her, he decides that he wants it to go further, and the woman decides whether that's what she wants as well. This is what we're talking about. It's just that we've got these shortcuts, these apps, this social media, this sort of much fewer men having much greater access to women. And it's moving in the direction of the sort of alpha male with a harem of women. That's a very tough sort of reality for many of us men to sort of grapple with, because it seems like just destructive, right? Women aren't going to be able to have a family and a sort of wholesome situation that's safe and comfortable and loving where they can bring up a family, because their man's going to be focused on a bunch of other women or opportunities or options, dividing his time and attention away from her offspring and her children. And for the woman, she's never gets to be sort of number one. She never gets to feel truly secure and supported. The right way that it should be is that everyone has a set of standards, personal standards for what they're looking for in their life. For a man, a kind, socially intelligent, attractive woman to be the mother of his children. And that man knows that in turn, he's got to make himself attractive. He's got to look after himself. He's got to get to the gym. He's got to make some money. He's got to figure his own circumstances out. But he knows that he can. He knows that he's on a level playing field. And if he does, that he has the option to find what he wants. And that is still the case, but it's harder to be motivated, I think, for a lot of men than it's ever been before. In the past, men would go to war and die every night looking at a picture of a woman that they met at the dance a few years ago and haven't seen since, and that would be enough for them to die for. And today we see 1,000 such women every day on Instagram who all seem vaguely accessible and also not. My point here is that my focus is never going to change. In the world, I think this is the most underserved area of obvious human need, right? Survival and replication. Food is a base level in terms of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but that doesn't make it more important. They're both essential. We eat, we have shelter, and we find a partner who we can have children with, or multiple partners. But, let's focus on the one partner for now, right? Sometimes in order to grow something good, you have to sacrifice a lot of the thing that you got good at, right? In my case, I was out every day talking to people, clients, women, demonstrating for you guys. And this past 2 years, I've built a base, which is something I've never really had. A family, a house, a setup, something that I can call home, and a team and systems around to scale up this project in whatever ways I can. But it's very easy to get lost as well. You don't know when you don't know. like meditation. It never feels like you need to meditate until you've meditated and then you realize that you did. I want to share something in this video that I think is a sort of call to arms for all the guys that maybe have been going through something similar, whether it's for positive reasons, like you're building yourself, you're focusing on yourself, you're learning, you're growing, you're starting a new role, and for the guys that maybe it's not for a good reason. Maybe you've been doubting yourself, maybe you've been doubting this process, maybe you've almost felt like you're giving up and falling into a sort of spiral. So I wanted to share this clip from an interview that I did with my top female coach, Carrie, who's worked with many of you guys watching, but also hundreds and hundreds of guys. And I just found it so raw and powerful that I thought it warranted my comeback to YouTube, just to sort of share it with you. Watch this video and really internalize what she's saying here and tell me what you think in the comments below. And I really mean that. Please comment on this video and tell me what it makes you feel. How does it feel for you? I mean, go into that. For the guys, I mean, how does it feel when a successful, sweet, kind man comes up and gives you a compliment?
Amazing, uplifting, exceptional, changes your day, makes your day a better day. Empathize with this thought so that, I'm walking along, I've had a terrible day at work, or I've had a really hard day with my children, or, whatever's going on inside a woman's head. She's walking along, and a really attractive, intelligent, wonderful man bravely, boldly walks out with a big smile and just says, "Excuse me, I just had to say you look lovely today." It's so beautiful. It's so rare. It doesn't happen. I'm lucky if I get, catcalling from a building site, or, a man from a white van. And that's not pleasant. That's not the kind of thing that guys should be doing. This is exceptional. This is an exceptional skill that we can offer guys to really, really make women feel good. I think that's what you're doing. You're making women feel good. And what happens next is completely, but it's out of their control. That woman might well be busy. She might well, just not be able to stop at that point. She might have other things on her mind. And that's fine. Just have that confidence to do it. And I promise you, it feels really, really wonderful when it's done. I've walked away with a big smile on my face, just thinking, oh, that's so lovely. Thank you. That's so lovely. I didn't feel great today, and you made me feel fabulous. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. I don't think men understand. They think they're being creepy. They think they're being, they're coming from this terrible notion of the Me Too era we're going through. Men should not do this. Yes, in real life, biologically, we want men to approach us and say beautiful things to us. Of course we do. There's nothing wrong. There's everything right about it. And that's something I want to sort of hammer home more than anything, actually, because really wonderful men are fearful of doing this. They think it's the wrong thing to do, and it's not. It's the right thing to do. So take action, be bold, go up to women and just say, I don't care if she's shopping, she's got earphones on, whatever. This is something you're giving her, a beautiful gift. And the gift is just telling her that she looks absolutely beautiful today. You can leave her on her way, you can say, have a wonderful day. You don't need to continue anymore if you don't want to, but we've seen beautiful, beautiful relationships emerge, beautiful encounters emerge, beautiful conversations. And ultimately, we've seen men gain so much confidence by being able to step forward and be bold.
For the guys who are questioning things, and thinking, what do I really want out of this? I want a family, but am I ready for that? And what happens to my old life when the new life comes? For anybody that really is at a transition stage and wants to go through it, because I've just been through it, and I have a really deep and clear understanding of cold approach and how it relates to our life as we move through the different stages, from single, getting out there, approaching everyone, just adventure, through to the partner acquisition, relationship maintenance, and sort of maybe some of the problems that come with that. Like, really the big one is guys who do find a partner and then they say, okay, well, I miss cold approach. I miss the adrenaline, the activation, going out by myself or with friends and meeting new people. How do I replace that? And I have some very good answers for that question. So maybe we can do that in another video, but I'd really like you guys to comment on this one and tell me what your thoughts are. Ask me what questions you have. Let's turn the comment section into a sort of forum where we can share ideas and discuss those. So enjoy the video. I will be making more content. Thanks for being patient. Take care. Sam out.